The federal opposition spent the day bashing the banks, while the government bashed the coalition. The Shadow Treasurer Joe Hockey is threatening legislation to punish the banks if they raise rates above official increases. The government called the idea crazy. The banks called it dangerous. And even a coalition MP thought it came from the Greens. Chief Political Correspondent Mark Simkin reports.
Parliament sometimes surprises.
I was going to move that the Foreign Minister have an extension of time because he answered the question so beautifully.
Here. Bring back Kevin. Bring back Kevin.
But there are other things you can bank on, and race rage is one of them.
He wants to re-regulate interest rates, Mr Speaker, and he wants to take punitive action against banks. Now,
The member for North Sydney will withdraw.
I withdraw.
The member for Canning has the order.
The Shadow Treasurer demanded a debate on the role of banks.
Wow, brought out the crowds.
And what he called their super profits. He wants lenders punished if they raise rates more than the central bank does.
What is the Treasury going to do to pull the banks into line?
And if the Treasurer doesn't do it, Parliament might.
There are a number of levers. Obviously, legislation is part of it. There are a number of levers available. Obviously, legislation is part of it, right?
it is an ineffectual government which is basically being stood over on this issue.
The government left no doubt where it stands.
These people have lost the plot, Mr Speaker.
The bankers bashed back.
It's a dangerous suggestion to claim that banks should always be following the Reserve Bank.
And one Liberal distanced himself.
I'm not aware of any precedent for the Federal Parliament regulating interest rates, at least in recent years, but you know, you should speak to Joe about that.
So unprecedented, a coalition backbencher thought the idea came from the Greens.
This is just another one of their, as I said, lunatic fringe type ideas.
An idea that's populist but also somewhat interventionist for a party committed to free markets. Economists think there's a 1 in 3 chance rates will rise on Melbourne Cup Day. Mark Simpkin, ABC News, Canberra.